Check, check, check. Test,
Yep,
test,
yep,
test. Check,
yep,
check, check.
yep.
Why did it get so cold? It was nice and warm before. What happened?
Because we're in Toronto.
Okay, I guess so. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Johnny and Vic outside with sunglasses trying to be cool guys playing video games.
I'm wearing my glasses because I'm so tired. I don't want everybody to see the bags under my eyes. Because we just did a crazy event.
We did.
And we got a lot to talk about.
Yep.
And I'm exhausted.
We did play too many games. We played games all freaking day. Everybody else left. Did you notice that? It was just you and me closing the joint
I know,
down.
and Vic was just like, one more game.
I wanted to play everything.
I know,
we went
it's
to
great.
the Nintendo Switch 2 experience in Toronto. Thank you so much to Nintendo of Canada for inviting us to this incredible event. It was so fun to finally blow past all the hype and get some hands-on time. Although I think they've done a pretty good job at sort of isolating these cool games in their videos. Like I kind of walked up.
Well, actually, Vic,
Were you shocked?
I walked in and I gotta say, I didn't go in with low expectations, but I had kind of like very reserved expectations.
What?
I did.
Why?
I
What
honestly,
changed?
No, because I really liked everything I initially saw.
Yeah.
But you have to play these games to experience what they are really like. My idea on Mario Kart World compared to playing it were two very different effing worlds, man.
Okay, all right, well, let's get into each of these, but we did check out Mario Kart World, we checked out Donkey Kong Bonanza, we played Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, we played Street Fighter 6, we played Cyberpunk 2077,
Hades 2.
Hades 2, we checked out the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, we got to check that out, we tried a little bit of the camera technology with Super Mario Party Jamboree, and it was interesting to play with the camera stuff. But let's talk about Mario Kart World because this is the big launch game. This is the one that everybody, I think, is curious. This is the one that I think most people bought when they pre-ordered the system because it was it's a lot less expensive if you buy it as a pre-order package.
As a digital-only game, for sure.
Yeah.
And so, I kind of came into all of this thinking, oh my gosh, like what games are going to be digital? What games are going to be fully on the carts?
Right.
So that's where I kind of was walking in. So I walked in kind of a bit bummed out in a lot of ways.
Yep.
And then I started to play Mario Kart, and I'm like, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of learning it, and I was just taking it in, and it was kind of like having a moment. But then we got to play the big version of Mario Kart World.
Knockout mode is unbelievable,
It is,
you guys.
Honestly,
it is so freaking fun.
It knocked us out. I honestly needed a nap afterwards. I know, I'm getting old. Like Vic's like 30 years old. I'm 51. And I was just like, I need to go to
I'm
bed
getting
after
younger.
this.
It's because I play Mario Kart and love it.
But that mode, 24
Yes.
players all racing against each other.
Yeah.
Was extraordinary, and I think it was just such intensity.
Yes.
Because it wasn't a little track.
No.
The track kept going and going, and then a completely new environments. Everything was brand new.
It reminded me a little bit of F-Zero 99 and how you jump into that game and it's just absolute crazy chaos.
Yeah.
And then the pack narrows and you start to see who's winning. Same kind of thing with Mario Kart World in that knockout mode. It's a revelation. It's a lot like Burnout as well, where you're bashing and trying to knock the guys out of the race, and then they get lost at each lap, and then the competition kind of shrinks a little bit. It's so freaking intense. I came in number 2.
I was 3.
It was so good. I cannot wait to play that online. And I can't wait to play with friends. I'm so excited about Mario Kart World. But you bring up an excellent point, and we didn't get into that detail about the physical versus digital and the key cards and the pricing.
Because it's all changing all the time.
And there's so much information. And this isn't that video. We'll get into that, I think.
At a future date.
Yeah, this was more like, let's play these games and let's see how they were. So Mario Kart World was a massive shock for me, a beautiful, wonderful shock. I mean, I knew I was going to love it, but it's so gorgeous and so big, and that knockout mode is going to be so fun. And we haven't even scratched the surface.
Not even touched the surface.
No.
When knockout mode was over, I was like, I stood there at the screen. I was like, oh my God, what an experience.
They could have done a Switch experience just for that game. You know, they could have been on every screen. It was so good.
Yes.
We played Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and this freaked Johnny out. This was so fun to watch because he is the happy console gamer, and he was like not having it with the mouse controls.
Well, no,
it was amazing to watch that.
It was fascinating because everybody's like, use the mouse controls, and I'm like, okay, so I'm moving them out. I'm like, I'm not shooting, I can't. What's going on? But then all of a sudden,
it clicks, right?
Clicks.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, the mouse mode was almost better than the other modes that we normally play.
It turns it into a shooter. Remember, like all the complaints about Metroid Prime initially was like it's so slow, and it's not like a Halo game. It's not GoldenEye. You're not just blasting. You have to scan everything, and you still do that in Metroid Prime 4. But using the mouse controls to zip around and target your enemy, it's so
super fast. It's so
fast. Cool. And so
you turn
precise.
Around instantly. You turn around instantly. You're not like going around. You're like, boom, you're on the other side.
Yeah.
And that took a little bit for me.
Yep.
But I honestly, here's my other thing I'm going to say about that. I will play it on a Pro controller.
Yeah, I think I probably will too, because I think Nintendo's got a little challenge ahead of them with this mouse control thing.
Yeah.
What surface are we playing these games on? I mean, you can play it on your leg.
That's really true. I play on the couch.
And
what am I going to do?
And you edit and I edit. Like, I don't want to sit at my computer too much and play these games. I mean, I will, and I play them. I do review PC games and stuff, but generally I've been moving a lot more to the handhelds, to the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally and the television. It's just more fun to play stuff on the TV and sit back. But so it is going to be interesting. I suspect that Nintendo's going to have some kind of desk utility thing that they're going to sell.
I hope not.
This is going to be the console.
But when you're standing there, you have your own table that you strap on.
No, you put it on your lap. I'm sure they will.
No,
this is the accessory console.
The Nintendo Lapper or something. Like that's going to be the brand new name. The bells are chiming for this one too.
Everybody's so excited. And the other big Nintendo premiere game that we got to play was Donkey Kong Bonanza. This is a weird freaking game.
Dude,
it's so weird.
I just went and shot a video for myself, and I said the same thing. I was walking over there, and I said, this is a weird game.
It's a weird game.
I don't really know when I walk away from it what to think about it.
I liked it, though. I had a really good time playing it.
There's some times I was playing, I'm like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm playing, I'm going, this is weird.
It's weird.
This is strange.
Because you lose control of where you are in the world. You're digging and digging, and the cameras.
Especially when you're opening up and you're in the mines.
Yeah.
And you can kind of bash your way anywhere underground, to the side, to the left, or to up, above you.
Yep.
It was very unusual.
It's clear that Nintendo's been playing a lot of Minecraft.
I love what I have to do right now is I have to find more bananas. That's what my job is.
And as I was playing the game, I was certainly feeling like this was an offshoot of the tech behind Odyssey, and maybe they had thought back in the day that Mario was going to have like a mining cap and be able to do things. And this was just me, it's all conjecture, but I thought maybe they thought this mechanic is cool, but it fits more for a Donkey Kong game because he can bash all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But he's not a mole guy, he's a big ape.
See?
Right?
But then, hey, I played the second level, and you get out of that.
Yes, and there is a lot
It kind of
going
opens
on.
up, and it's like the outdoor world, and I'm like, okay,
it's
this is kind of beatific.
Tears of the Monkey Kingdom.
It really is. All I wanted was like a Donkey Kong country, and they just like, here, take this, and
no,
go
it's
bash
way
everything.
bigger than that. It's wide open, and you can dig underground in a million different ways. I think this is one we're just going to have to review, and
I think we will. Yeah,
and then fully get into it. And I want to. It was fun to play. It was just bizarre. It's a bizarre game.
It's a bizarre game. We can say that.
Yes. And then we played a bunch of taste tests of games that have been out. Let's talk about Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
Yes, which I want to say I think is the most impressive game to kind of showcase the power of Switch 2 because we know the game.
Well, we know the game. I'm playing all the time on the PS5
you more than
Pro,
me.
And
you crushed me in the game.
So that's what ended up happening. Vic is not the greatest Street Fighter player.
I'm okay.
I destroyed Vic, and it was great.
Yeah, okay.
But it gave us a little.
I hate this story.
But I enjoyed the experience of trying out Street Fighter 6
it plays beautifully
on the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've never played Street Fighter 6 and you only have a Nintendo Switch 2, that's the console you buy.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. It's a very competent port.
It's an excellent port. That really shocked me. Now, we didn't play that one in handheld. That's the other thing, too.
No, we didn't.
A lot of the games were really situated to show off the TV, the docked mode, and the full, 4K fidelity of everything.
Yeah.
I'm just going off memory. We didn't have a PS5 version of the game to compare it to directly side by side.
Well, I played a lot of the PS5 version.
Did you notice a degradation?
I definitely did. I definitely did.
I couldn't from memory.
It's not like horrendous.
Yeah.
But I could see a graphical downgrade for sure.
Okay, because it looked amazing to me. Cyberpunk definitely looks like a downgrade from playing it on the PS5 or PS5 Pro, but it's still fantastic that now Switch 2 owners are going to be able to go into this excellent game and experience this crazy cool story and all of these beautiful environments and these great psychotic characters, and it's such a weird fit that it's on a Nintendo platform, but it's such an awesome game.
I walked up to a guy playing it. I said, "Can you believe you're playing this on a Switch 2? This is so weird." And he said this. He turned around and he said that that's maybe something that's been said at this event quite a bit, that things are weird.
Yeah.
Things are weird, and it's weird to see that on the Switch 2.
Well, it underlines that everything's coming to this platform, which I think is incredibly exciting. Like, that's probably the most exciting thing about the Switch 2 is what is coming to this machine. Like, there is going to be so much, no one's sitting out, and the horsepower is competent enough that tons and tons of good ports are going to be on this machine.
Yeah, and speaking of ports, we got to play Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, the 60 frames a second mode.
Weird, but beautiful.
Oh my God, we're just going to keep saying weird.
It was weird though.
It's weird because you walk up to the game and you're like, this is like a whole new game.
It's like they hacked it.
And then you're like, no, this is the game that we 100% know.
I know.
And then it kind of settles in and you're like, this is the way I wish it had always been.
Totally. But it is like they hacked it. It's like they downloaded it and boosted everything. You know, it's weird, but it's awesome.
It's cool to see.
I just don't know where in this crowded year of amazing games we're going to have time to put another 300 hours into Zelda.
Do you know, I'm not kidding here.
Yeah.
When I was playing Breath of the Wild again, I'm playing it with that 60 frames a second mode. I was like, I could sit and do this again.
It's perfect.
It's really nice.
It's a perfect game, and because it's not. As we've gone over before, it's not as time intensive as Tears of the Kingdom is. It's not going to consume your life.
They're both
they're both excellent.
They're both intense and all that, but I just like to go and play it for like a 5-hour stint and just get back in that world and check out that frame rate.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Now let's talk about this welcome tour, which is the bone of contention for everybody. It's crazy that it's not included, like especially after having played it too.
So we're inside the Nintendo Switch 2 right now.
It's just like, it's training you to appreciate the technology you have in your hands, and you got to buy it. That's so dumb.
It seems weird. But then again, we were talking about it earlier, they did with the Nintendo Switch 1. 1-2 Switch was a separate purchase as well.
Yeah, that should have been free
that
too.
shouldn't have been. That shouldn't have even been made.
If it was free, that would have been great.
But the Welcome Tour, I played it and I'm like, this is such a novelty.
Well, it felt like if we had stayed for another 30 minutes, we would have gotten most of the value out of it.
Which is much.
Why spend that money? You know, like put that money somewhere else. And honestly, I don't know yet. Maybe it'll be different if Nintendo sends us the thing to review or talk about. Maybe we'll.
I will never change my stance that it should be included.
We don't,
and I'm not. Honestly,
but we don't know if it's worth the $10 or $15 in Canada.
Hey, put it this way.
Until we play it.
I played it for 10 minutes and it wasn't worth $5 for it. Okay, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, it's just weird. I hope Nintendo changes course. I know they won't.
They won't.
It's too soon to.
They're not changing it.
Releasing very soon, but this absolutely should have
Welcome
been a
to $10. Say goodbye. Yeah.
Welcome to burning $10 in your. And then we checked out the camera technology, which was a big part of the showcase there with your favorite game, Super Mario Party Jamboree, which I love that game, by the way, and I was shocked at how much I loved it for the Switch 1.
I never played it.
It's amazing. It's so much fun. I played it online with Adnan, a friend of ours, and I played it with the fam. The fam didn't dig it as much as me, but it really has a lot of good single-player content. But they showed us some new mini games that take advantage of the camera tech. What did you think of that?
I thought that the camera worked way better than what it should.
Yep.
And what I expected.
Me too.
And when I saw all of us on the screen, I'm like, that is incredible.
It's really cool.
It's kind of neat that it worked as well as it did.
Yep.
Will I be buying this game? No.
No.
Will I get a camera? I think so.
Yeah, and maybe there will be other games that make you want to have that investment
I was just surprised at how good it looked and how it chopped us out and put us on the screen.
We did have a flat red background.
That is true. That's very true.
Might not do that for every living room. They won't, but it was still cool, and it was honestly kind of fun to be animated. It was certainly like the Kinect kind of vibe.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it very much
in
is.
high def, and it was just cool to put us in the Mario world like that, you know? So who knows what Nintendo's going to do? It's up to them to support it. We didn't try any of the game chat stuff or any of the other social things there, but speaking of social stuff, I did play some GameCube titles.
Gonna check out some GameCube on Switch 2. All right, let's do it.
Which were terrific, and the games that I played all had widescreen support, so I just made them fill the screen.
F-Zero.
F-Zero was insanely cool.
It was
so
really
fast.
good.
I'm looking forward to that new fast game from Shinin Entertainment as well, which is Shinin Multimedia, which looks a little bit like F-Zero. I forget what it's called, Fast Frenzy or something like that. Can't wait for GameCube though. It was fun to play that. Fun to play Soul Calibur. Yeah, and Wind Waker and Soul Calibur 2. But I also played Super Mario Strikers with.
You were getting very intense on that. I noticed.
It was so fun. It was like with another guy named Bobby, who is a media guy here in Toronto. And it came down to the wire. I beat him with one goal at the very end, and we were so into it.
Well,
we didn't want to walk
somebody
away.
Today. It didn't
I
happen
did
in Street Fighter, but
that's right.
Happened in Strikers.
But it was excellent, and it was just it's such a great addition to the Switch 2 at launch. Very excited that GameCube is there. And there were a couple of other ports and things like that. Hogwarts Legacy was there, and Civ 7 and Split Fiction. Ruby and I played a little Split Fiction for a bit. That was fun. Better on PS5, though. And then we also played Dragon Drive, which wanted to show off the mouse controls from Nintendo. It wasn't beautiful to look at, and it was I played it, and Ruby, my daughter, was beside me playing it as well. And it was, quite a bit of physical exertion. And something I noticed playing it was the smell of the friction of the controller on the pads that they had us playing it. Like it smelled like not burning rubber, but it smelled like it had been well used by a well-used mat.
Weird.
Because people had been moving the mice controls around, and you have to really get animated with it. Now you can do it so you can just do a push, and it's gently pushing forward and stuff, and you speed up to a limit, and then you use your hand to throw the basketball. It was pretty cool. It was much more fun to play than it looked.
Yeah. No, to be honest with this game, I'm just so not into it. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
I can see the appeal of it.
It's not ARMS, I'll tell you that. And I was hoping for ARMS level of like draw, and it doesn't have that from what I played. Definitely veering more in the tech demo.
And you were doing a game against everybody else.
Yeah, it was full on arcade sports, and that and Super Mario Strikers really reinforced that the Switch 2 should be the home of awesome arcade sports games again. I don't know where the companies are with this stuff. They got to be delivering these titles again. These multiplayer experiences are so fun. And it was fun to play 3 against 3 in drag and drive. Drag and drive. I always want to say drag and drop, man.
Yeah.
It's a weird title. And it doesn't look super flashy, but it's kind of fun.
It's just, I look at the game when I initially saw it for the trailers, and I'm like, I don't think that's for me. And then I walked past and I watched it and I filmed it, and I'm like, it's not for me. I just not really interested in it at all.
I don't know.
I wish it was a little bit more colorful.
Yeah.
I wish there was a few more different characters.
They should have just put the ARMS characters in there,
Sure.
Or something, or family members of the ARMS characters, and make it part of the ARMS. I don't know. Maybe that's, too on the nose for that. I don't know, but it just it doesn't have that Nintendo flair.
No, it felt very flat.
Right, the gray environments and it's like it's missing art elements. But the idea and the way that it's pulled together, it's actually surprisingly compelling. I don't know if I'd ever play it alone, though.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah, you'd want to be...
I mean, we only have so many games that we can play with so much time.
Yeah.
And there's other things that I would like to do more than that.
Yes.
But I'm sure it'll find an audience.
So that's a pretty good overview of the games we got to try and play. What did you think of the event overall?
The event overall changed my mind about the Switch 2. I've been really bummed out about what's going to be on Kart, what's not going to be on Kart.
So we had that conversation after they showed us the stuff in the Direct, and we were super hyped and everything.
Yeah.
A lot more information came out of that
afterwards.
Yes, and so that's been dragging you down.
It's kind of been dragging me down a bit. I'm like, because I like the Switch 1 because I like to collect video games.
Understood.
And I liked all of the games. No, I understand not every game is on a Switch 1 cart.
Yeah.
But this one is trying to say, hey, no, You know, this is
very
like
few will be on a
very
Switch.
few is gonna be-
Cyberpunk is though, which is amazing.
Yeah, like can we have everything on there? But but playing Mario Kart World, Metroid Prime 4, really were. This is like what they used to call it back in the day, killer apps.
Big time.
They're killer apps.
Yes, 100%.
Sure.
What a launch title with Mario Kart World. Listen, I've been hyped on this system. I've made no bones about it. I still am. I think that it is a luxury item. I think that things are way more expensive than we had anticipated for 2025 for numerous reasons. And it's really going to get harder to justify all that expense, but video games are delivering. Like, these are freaking fun experiences.
Yeah.
I can't wait to review them and have discussions around them. This is going to be an ongoing conversation about price and value and experience.
Especially when, you know, Mario Kart is coming out at $80, and we just played the game, and I'm not going to justify the price by saying it's such an amazing game, it's worth the price, because that's setting a bad precedent that in the future, game prices will just get higher and higher if we keep on going with that.
Well, yeah, and I really feel, and I've said this forever, as a producer of TV content around video games, the secret to the future of the medium is to appeal to more people and get more people in, and I think going to higher prices is doing the exact opposite of that.
It's exactly what I think as well.
Yeah.
$10 less, and you'll sell more.
Yeah.
And people won't be pitching as much, you know what I mean? I know.
And these are hard, brutal times.
They are hard times.
And lots of things to complain about. But you know what? There's a ton of joy heading our way with this machine.
Yeah.
And if you do have the money and you do have the time and you're into this experience, you're going to be over the moon, I think, jumping in. I am so fired up, you know?
Yeah.
We're lucky that this is the work that we do. So we're going to be playing these things and talking to you guys
We love playing video games, the good, the bad, and the ugly, but I got to say, this was a very shining experience today, and I came walking out of there going with a lot of hope for the future.
Me too.
I have a lot of hope.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing. This is the beginning. This is like an open door of like, here's what's coming in the next few months. Insane. I think Metroid Prime 4 was my game, though.
Mine too.
Yeah?
Mine too.
Amazing.
Especially with a Pro Controller. Yeah. It will be.
Can't wait. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, last thing. This was my daughter Ruby's first real Nintendo experience, and it was so cool as her pop to kind of bring her and let her have all of that too. That was wild. Thank you, Nintendo, for letting us do that. But thank you all for watching. We will see you soon, and until then, play forever.